All right, so as a lot of you know, taking off the swing arm on the Eride Pro SR is kind of a pain because you've got this castle nut right here and there's no real tools that fit that. If you buy the tool from SKR Mod to take that off, I actually bought it, this guy. This is like $30 shipped, and it's a stamped piece of metal, has the 4 prongs on it, and you're like, all right, cool, I'll be able to take the castle nut off. Well, the castle nut and the swing arm rod here itself are bigger on the SR than the 3.0 or the 2.0, and look, it doesn't fit at all. It doesn't fit, so this is kind of a waste of money. But I'm gonna hold on to it because eventually, you know, I might get a 3.0 for my wife. But anyways, that doesn't fit. So what a lot of people do in their garages when they're trying to get this off to, you know, work on the jack shaft or do maintenance or whatever, is they put a screwdriver in here and hammer it to loosen the castle nut. But that's gonna ruin your frame. You're gonna definitely scratch your frame up. So one option is to get a 20mm socket, which this is 20mm in diameter, and file it down, use the socket to do that. But I found a better way. So this tool right here has a 24mm spanner, what they call a spanner wrench or a clutch removal wrench. If you look it up online, on one side 24mm and a 20mm on the other side. Only issue is that the teeth on this are really big, right? So the teeth don't really fit in the slot. You can see it right there. See that? But what I did is I filed the teeth down on the 20mm side. Okay, so I had to file on both sides to reduce the width, and file on the inside a little bit to reduce the thickness of the teeth. See that? In the center of this thing, it's got a big socket port, like a 1/2 inch, big one. So I just happen to have a larger socket to go inside there, and then an adapter. This is an adapter tool, right, to go from their normal 3/8 size to the 1/2 inch. Plug that in. This goes in there. Look at this. Then, with a little bit of filing, check it out. You got a perfect tool to take off your castle nut just by doing that. Now this thing is just over $11 on Amazon, and I'll put a link to it in the description so you can get your own. But remember, this thing here was like $30 from a piece of stamped metal. Doesn't even fit, and this was just over $11. But it's absolutely perfect once you file it. You just have to go slow, and you'll get it. And look at that, perfect, right? So there's the solution.